Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Matt Zerby here, owner of Wasco Nursery, and just wanted to come to you this afternoon and talk a little bit about hydrangeas. Our hydrangea selection is just absolutely fantastic right now. We have a bunch of them that got just a little bit of extra heat, a little encouragement from the greenhouse to get them blooming a little earlier than normal, and they are just looking fantastic right now. And every year when it's planting time, I get a lot of people asking questions about my hydrangea doesn't bloom or what's the best hydrangea for my area. There's so many to choose from, which all of those are good questions. There's literally hundreds of different colors and cultivars available now. And I want to talk to you about some of my favorites and try to answer some of the questions that many of my customers have about hydrangeas. So I picked a spot out here kind of out near one of our holding areas. It's a little quiet out here, which I thought would be good. Just too many, which is a good thing, too many folks wandering around the garden center today. So I kept getting interrupted, which is, again, a very good thing. But I hope this helps. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. And all right, here we are. I've got a little hydrangea collection for you. And first I wanted to start off with what are called the smooth hydrangeas. So I'm going to kind of zoom in here, just kind of show you a picture there. This is a smooth hydrangea here. There's one of our dwarfs here. So smooth hydrangea is actually a native hydrangea here in Illinois. The only place I've seen it growing native around here would be in Starved Rock State Park. I found a bunch of them while I was hiking through there one time. I'm sure there's others, but it's an understory plant. You'd find it in a wooded area. They love shade, basically full shade to part shade. They are also one of the absolute most reliable hydrangeas out there. So if you're one of those people who have asked me the question, Matt, I have planted these hydrangeas, they always do well, big green leaves, and I never get any flowers. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes, but my answer for you is plant a smooth hydrangea. Now, used to be smooth hydrangeas, everybody knew Annabelle. It was kind of the old-fashioned standby. It was always a good plant, but it did tend to flop over a bit. We have a new and improved Annabelle called Incredible. It's this one right here. It was selected for very large flowers and very stiff, sturdy stems. So I'm going to kind of reach in here and point. These stems are very nice and thick and sturdy, especially when you get a more mature plant. So that stem doesn't flop over. So once that plant is in the ground and has a good, healthy root system underneath it, you shouldn't have the flopping problems that you did on Annabelle. Those flower buds that you see up there are going to turn into very large, almost the size of my hand, big white flowers. Great plant for shady or part shade locations. North side of the house, east side of the house, underneath trees, all of those are excellent locations for it. This is another improved smooth hydrangea here. It's called Invincible Spirit 2. So all the smooth hydrangeas used to be white. Now we have a pink option. So we've got Invincible Spirit 2. Beautiful plant, nice pink flowers, very, very reliable bloomer. Some people said, well, I like the smooth hydrangeas, but they're a little tall for me. So we've got a few other new introductions. Right down here is Invincible Limetta, which has that really neat kind of greeny white color. Gets about 2 to 3 on the high side tall. In the back there, I have Wee White, which is basically just a dwarf version of Incredible or Annabelle. So nice, small statured plant. Shouldn't flop over because it doesn't get that tall. Flowers are a little bit smaller, but still pretty generously sized. White, again, full shade to part shade. It's going to do great. And then we have another small smooth hydrangea, which is a pink variety called Invincible Mini Mauvet. This is actually one of my current favorites right now. Really liking this. It's performing extremely well in my yard. Came back wonderfully after these last couple of winters, particularly this polar vortex winter. Just has really done well for me. I have it on the east side of the house and it's doing great. Okay, let's talk about the Macrophylla hydrangeas. So right here, here, these are Macrophylla hydrangeas. These are the ones that people tend to have issues with. They are a lot more finicky, but I mean, come on, you cannot get a more beautiful plant than this right here. This is a brand new variety called Summer Crush. You kind of see that there. I mean, and that big, beautiful flower, look at that. It's like the size of my hand. Kind of a green and pink bicolor when the flower is first starting, opening to a massive mop head style hydrangea with big pink flowers. These would like part sun and part shade. If they're in full hot sun, they oftentimes will burn up or wilt Okay, now one of the things that kind of a little trick that I like to tell people about these types of hydrangeas, they will wilt when they want water, but they also wilt just in the heat of the day when it's really hot. So what I typically tell people is just like you or I would sweat if we're hot, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're dehydrated. It just means that we're overheated. The hydrangeas will wilt when they are overheated. So in a hot summer day in the sun, they're going to wilt. If the leaves perk back up by morning time, that plant has sufficient moisture. If the leaves are still wilty late at night or early that next morning, if the leaves are still wilty, then it's time to water it. So that's a good trick so that you're not babying the plant by watering it every time the leaves wilt. Sometimes that can cause some root rot issues. Sometimes it causes the plant not to bloom because it's just really being babied. So that's just a little trick I like with mophead hydrangeas. So this is what's called a lace cap hydrangea, same family, the Hydrangea macrophylla. But you can see here mophead refers, or lace cap refers to the fact that it doesn't open all the way up. So you've got the fertile flowers in the middle and the showy infertile flowers around the outside, all making up one big flower head. Really pretty. This is a variety called Cherry Explosion. That one's called Let's Dance Rhythmic Blue. And this white one is called Blushing Bride. This one here is called Bloomstruck. Bloomstruck is actually one of my favorites as well as far as the mopheads go, macrophyllas go. I've had really good luck with that one. It blooms reliably on both old and new wood. Some of the old varieties like Nico Blue and things like that. The plant is hardy, but the flower buds are not hardy here. So those are the people that I was mentioning at the beginning of the video that have these big green healthy bushes with no flowers at all. So this would be a good answer for you as well. If you want that color that you get out of the mophead and other macrophylla type hydrangeas, but you don't want the big green bush with no flowers, maybe try Bloomstruck. That's a really great one. It also develops these nice reddish colored stems, which is pretty neat. Okay, moving on. This is an oak leaf hydrangea right here, Hydrangea quercifolia. This particular one is called Alice. You can see why they call it oak leaf hydrangea, because the leaves have that really unique shape like an oak leaf. They also have really interesting coloring on their stems, so it's really nice for winter interest. It's almost like a little mini river birch. They have this tan cinnamon colored bark. It sort of exfoliates. Really a neat plant, and it gets these nice cone-shaped flowers on it. I don't know if there's any flower buds on here. Not really seeing any just yet, but nice big cone-shaped flowers. Not as reliable of a bloomer. I tell people to plant it for the foliage and the bark and the character that the plant has. It also has wonderful burgundy or orangey red fall color. So plant it for those characteristics. If you do get some flowers out of it, that's just a bonus. Moving on here, this is one of the least known hydrangea. This is a vining hydrangea known as climbing hydrangea. That particular plant will attach itself to a trellis or a brick wall. It has really pretty white flowers, nice bark, very, very durable and hardy plant. I've also seen it used as a ground cover, which is really cool, even hanging over walls or kind of cantilevering over little mini retaining walls, things like that. Kind of a neat plant, surprisingly hardy, does really well. All right, and then lastly, I wanted to talk about what are called Hydrangea Paniculata, or panicled hydrangea. So if you're gun shy about hydrangea, or if you just have a very sunny location, if it's full sun, out in the yard, that type of thing, then Hydrangea Paniculata is the perfect plant for you. We have all different sizes. I've got short ones, taller ones. I even have tree form ones like this guy right back here, which is vanilla strawberry. So this is vanilla strawberry hydrangea right here in just a typical shrub form. Beautiful red stems, nice flowers. It's going to have a white flower that gets a lot of pink on it almost immediately. So it has a really neat bicolor white and pink flower. It is a cone-shaped flower. And these are going to be your larger hydrangea. These hydrangea, depending upon the variety, could get 5, 6, some of them even 8 feet tall. They are woody hydrangeas. They do not die back to the ground. They have very, very few issues as far as disease or insect or pest go. So these are very, very reliable plants. This is probably one of the most well-known and best-selling for us. It's called Limelight. It has white or kind of a greenish limey color with white flower. 5 to 6 feet tall, tough as nails, blooms reliably every year. This is vanilla strawberry grown as a tree. So we've got kind of a nice single trunk here, nice little canopy on top. So we have a 3-foot stem. The plant gets about 5 to 6 feet tall and wide. So that top plus the 3 feet, you're going to have a plant that's going to be roughly 7 to 9 feet tall, 5-ish feet wide. We would call this a nice little specimen tree, dwarf tree, or patio tree. And that's, like I said, just a shrub version of the vanilla strawberry there, and a tree version right there. And just kind of moving back to the other side. This is one of the earliest blooming paniculata shrubs that we grow. This is called Quickfire. As you can see, this one is also grown on a single stem. We do grow it in a typical shrub form as well. It has these nice white cone-shaped flowers, which will fade to a really nice pink, kind of rusty pink color very quickly. So that's where it gets the name Quickfire from. It goes from white to red very quickly, so they call it Quickfire. So just to recap briefly, smooth hydrangea, Incredible, Invincible Spirit, Limetta, Wee White, and Mini Moffitt. All very hardy, very durable, very reliable. Part sun to almost or basically full shade. Okay, part sun locations with the big beautiful flowers, those are your Macrophylla hydrangeas. We've got Summer Crush, Cherry Explosion, Let's Dance Rhythmic Blue, Blushing Bride, and Bloomstruck. I've got Oak Leaf Hydrangea. We have several different cultivars available, some short, some tall. That one's Alice. Climbing Hydrangea, full shade to full sun. Can plant it just about anywhere. Loves to grow up brick walls, trellises, things like that. And then Old Faithful over here, the Paniculata hydrangeas. We've got Vanilla Strawberry as a shrub, Vanilla Strawberry as a tree, Limelight, and right back there we've got Quickfire as a tree. We have many, many, many varieties other than these. These are just some of my favorites that I wanted to talk to you about. Hopefully that answers a few of your questions about hydrangeas. If you have any other questions about care, the best plants for your location, how to site them properly, all of that kind of stuff, I would love to talk to you about that. We'll be available anytime. We're here 7 days a week. Thanks for watching.